Good morning, YouTube. Mother's Day weekend. The sun is shining. It's looking nice outside. I gotta do a little grocery shopping. In 2 weeks with this boy, food just be flying out. So I gotta do that. And I'm going to. My father actually called me and was like, "Oh, Antonio, my son's name's Antonio. Antonio said he wanted to take you out." I'm like, he ain't tell me that. He didn't run that by me, so I think I might be going out later on. But my son, he be having his little mood swings, so I don't know if he's gonna come with us or not. And then my father offered to, like I was telling y'all, like most of the time so that this is like the first time my father like offered. Yeah, because usually he's the type of man you gotta tell him. And he also offered to take me out for my graduation. He did take me out to eat. That's true. Yes. So yeah, those are my plans for today. The video had cut off yesterday, so I wanted to continue about my former friend. The mistake she used to make is tell dudes that, because she was single, but it was not by choice. Like the guys that she would date and stuff, they would go out on dates and spend time, and they would not want to be in a relationship with her. In fact, they would tell her from the gate. And I thought that was odd, because it's like, damn, they wasn't even giving her a chance. They was like, I don't want no relationship from day one. And I used to tell her, like, you're blessed, you're lucky, because most men will lie and lead you on into thinking you in a relationship or whatever. But every single dude was like, nope, nope, nope. And so what I was saying to her is, well, maybe you shouldn't tell them your whole truth, because that's like a dude telling me, like, oh, I've been single for 5 years, and every girl that I try to get with, they don't want no relationship with me. That's gonna make me wonder, like, what is it about you that nobody wants? So that's where I left off, and then it cut off. That's the way men are thinking with her. Like, well, what is it about you that nobody wants? What is it about you that's a turnoff? And just towards me, it took me years to realize she was never really a friend. Like, and she admitted it, like, she's a selfish person. She's not a bad person as far as, like, she does have morals. She doesn't drink and smoke. She has a master's degree, very good head on her shoulders. She well traveled. She's been traveling her whole life. She's very open-minded. Like, what made us so close was, I could say, oh, I want to go paintballing, or I want to go to a Broadway show, or I want to go to the club. She was very open-minded. There was nothing that she wouldn't do. She was very open-minded. And sometimes it's hard to find people like that, but with her, that's what made us so close. And also disappointments from men. Now, my situations weren't as bad as hers, but we did connect on some situations, like, and I went through that too with some guys that just didn't want a relationship. But for me, it was, like any normal female, it wasn't every guy. It was only some guys that, some guys wanted to be with me and some guys didn't. I had boyfriends or whatever, and then I didn't, so it was back and forth with me, or whatever. So with her, yeah, I think that was the mistake that she made. And then I was thinking, if she acted that way towards them, the way she did me, that's probably another factor too. Yeah, so, yeah, that's how humans are. That's how men are. That's how women are too. Once they find out nobody wants you, or you're not, or even with jobs, let's say if you've been jobless for 2 years, let's say, and you haven't done any volunteer, you haven't done anything. And I was just thinking about that today. Like, When I did security for 5 years. And the first 2 years I worked at Yankee, I should have never left because I had full-time hours. And if I could talk to my younger self, I would say, yo, you making the money, you got benefits, that's all that matters. Don't be hopping around, because Barclays didn't have no benefits. Andrew International was no benefits. Quality Protection Services didn't have no benefits, but World Trade Center did. World Trade Center, the money was there, and whatever. It's just the work environment was crazy. But if I could talk to my younger self, yo, any job that's paying with benefits, you stay. You don't leave for the unknown. You don't leave thinking the grass is greener, because 9 times out of 10 it ain't. And I love what I do as a para, but I wish somebody would have told me, girl, it ain't no money here. Girl, this ain't it. And I definitely would have listened, but it was meant for me to be a para. It was. And once I became a para, I didn't need childcare. I didn't need anybody to pick up my son. I was able to pick him up myself. Weekends, multiple days off. So it worked out in my favor. It did. And he's older now, so now it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's very important. Let's say if you are unemployed for 2 years and nothing going on, an employer will look at that and say, why haven't you worked for two years? Like, when I didn't work for 2 years during the recession, I volunteered. I was all over. Like, the way I got the job at Yankee, I had to kind of stretch the truth a little bit. I did work at Olive Garden for 3 days, but I didn't pass the beverage test. I didn't pass the beverage test, so they didn't want me. And so at the interview at Yankee, I told them that I worked at Olive Garden for 6 months, right? So I told them that, and they hired me. They hired me because I told them I had a job, right? And I kid you not, just with security alone, once I said I was working somewhere, I would get a job like that. Not just because I had experience, but even in the working field, in the working industry, if they see, oh, you working somewhere, that's what will make them hire you. It's very strange, but if you just no job, that's a turn off, because it's like, why nobody else is hiring you? That's the way they thinking. So it's the same thing with dating. Why nobody else wants you, right? So that's the same thing I'm saying with this YouTuber Irene. I think with her is they know that nobody want her. Like, she's like, one guy had told her, felt like she was easy. And she was like, well, why would you think that? He was like, your Instagram, which is true. She got pictures that's bent over. I don't know why females do that. Understandable, you on vacation and stuff like that, but you could wrap your bottom, or you could, like, when I went to Myrtle Beach, I had on a bathing suit, but my bottom half was wrapped. Look presentable online. Don't make yourself look like, and it's so crazy because I don't have none of those type of pictures or whatever. Like, I don't have no half naked pictures, nothing. And dudes be heavy in my DM. You would think I was naked or something, but no. Like, all you get is a face picture. That's the most you get out of me. And dudes be heavy in a DM. So it's like, I don't know why girls feel like they have to do that for attention or whatever, but it's not good attention. Men are gonna become drawn to you for the wrong reasons. Granted, you could be fully clothed and they still wanna be inappropriate with you, but at least it'll be because of them and not you, not something that you're doing. So I just wanted to go over the 3 do nots. Do not pop up at a nigga house. I can't stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. When she popped up at his house, I'm sure she felt stupid because he still didn't let her in. That's why you don't pop up at people's houses, because that doesn't mean that they're going to let you in. Number 2, The same way she's telling the whole world, he gonna tell the whole world too. That this big bitch that he didn't want, was not in a relationship with, popped up at his crib. Because men talk. I know, because they talk to me. My homeboys talk to me about females, or have spoken to me about females. Even the good ones. I'm telling you, like, my homeboys are good men. But when women have been inappropriate with them, they told me. And I feel embarrassed for those women. I do. Like, this is why you always respect yourself. Because you don't know who he's going to tell. You don't know who he's going to repeat it to. Always respect yourself as a woman. Yeah. So, what you'll call it? And what else? Yeah, never make a man feel like he's your only option. Make it seem like you have other options. Like, I'm gonna give you a scenario with my ex. Right before COVID was my birthday. Like, COVID, the world shut down March 15th. My birthday's March 12th. So I went out to dinner with friends on a Thursday. My birthday was on a Thursday. That Friday, I did something else. What did I do? Was it Thursday? Yeah. Because I'm like trying to picture it. I feel like I don't think I did anything that Friday. I think because when I went to 40/40 Club and stuff like that, that was a Saturday night. I don't think that was a Friday night. That was a Saturday night. And then I hung out with my friends. In the group. Oh, yeah. Friday, I went with my friend's cousin. Because our birthdays are close in days. So, yeah. Because I'm like, I know I went out that Friday. Yeah, that Friday is when we went to the Negril in Brooklyn. We went to the Negril in Manhattan Thursday. After work hours. And then Friday we went like later on in the night, like 8-9 o'clock in Brooklyn. And then Saturday we went, 40/40 Club and stuff. And then that Sunday, that's when my ex, he took me to City Island and we went out to eat. We went to the movies. And I remember when we planned it, he was asking me, he was like, oh, I know we're not together, but I would like to do something for you for your birthday. And I literally was like, wait, hold on. He was like, haha, you got to fit me into your schedule. I was like, yeah, because I'm doing something this day, Thursday, Friday. It's Keisha's cousin's birthday. We celebrating with her cousin on Friday. I'm going out with my girls on Saturday night. Like, yeah, I let him know, like, I'm busy. And so that's what made him really like hop on it. Even though that following year he took me out and then he took me out again. And it was just him. But I think what kept him on his toes was he knew I had options. He knew I had family. He knew I had friends that would have no problems doing for me on my birthday, that would have no problems being there for my birthday. So I think that's what kind of, and then even when he took me out for graduation, he wasn't the only one. My homeboy took me out for my graduation and my father. And he knew that. And I had something going at Dave & Buster's for my son. So I think that's what kept him on his toes. Like, I'm a busy person. I'm not just sitting at home waiting for him. And the times that he was slacking, like, she made a point that, he used to be late on their dates. My ex used to be late on our dates too, and he knew I was waiting for him. But that's why I say it's good to stay. If I could do it all over again, I would have been like, if you're not here by this time, I have to go, da-da-da-da. Like, that's how you have to keep people on their toes. Because if you make them feel like you all they have, they're gonna mess up, like, for real. Because I have so many examples. If people do that, you their only option, or they're your only option and they start to mess up. Like people really do, friend or family member or whatever. But it's good to have other plans. It's good to have other things lined up as well. I can't stress that enough. She needs to find my other piece of advice, and she put it too, like, I would appreciate the advice, and I typed it. I was like, you need to find better friends, because what type of friend, and that's another thing I can't stress hard enough, is if you have a friend that you want to do stupid shit like pop up at a dude house, if that person's a real friend, they would be like, no, don't do that. Like, you have other things. And I think with her, like, right now she's unemployed. She graduated college, but she not working. All she doing is the YouTube thing, and that's why she has all this time on her hands or whatever. Because even when I was unemployed, I had my son, so I didn't have time to be popping up at people places. And you know what I'm saying? So ladies, just, I can't stress it enough. Don't do it. You only embarrassing yourself. Make yourself busy. Make sure you surround yourself with positive people, because it happens to the best of us. Like, not the popping up, but sometimes you want to have a guy in your life that's toxic. A real friend would say, yo, leave him alone. Like, and some dudes will come out their face and say that. They'll come out and say it, like, yo, leave me alone. Like, they'll say it in a joking way, but they mean it. Like, you need to leave these guys alone. If they show you any type of lack of interest, they not interested. If they late for dates, they don't care. If they make a promise and don't keep it, you move on. And I cannot stress that enough. And I just hope that she gets positive people to tell her the truth. Because, she may not have that. But ladies, take this in stride. And those are my thoughts.